What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over the press conferences for 5th and 6th round picks, Quez Watkins and Hightower. Both of these guys had their press conferences between today and yesterday. Kind of want to put these press conferences together just because the beat writers really didn't ask any really good questions with both these guys. I kind of wanted to know more information, but they asked pretty much the same questions for both receivers. But a few things stuck out here and there, but just let you guys know that most of this is pretty much the same, so let's get straight to it. Quez Watkins talks about pretty much playing anywhere on the field. Anywhere on the field. I mean, wherever they put him, he's going to play. The XYZ spot, they're not putting both of these receivers and Hightower as well in a specific spot. They're going to play them all over the place, see their strengths, their weaknesses. But the most important thing is Quez Watkins. Carson Wentz has been picking Quez's brain a lot on his strengths, weaknesses. When they all went to Houston, Texas together in the heat, and to throw the football around a little bit and train a little bit, gain some of that chemistry, but kind of just going over the playbook. And Quez and Hightower have talked about they are locked in to this playbook, and they are not looking back. They are ready to show what they can get, they can put on the field pretty much. And when their number is called, they will be ready. Quez Watkins talked about his favorite play in college. It was a 5-step slant where he got a lot of separation, and his if the ball is thrown perfectly to him, his yak yards are fantastic. And just kind of asked a question about his favorite play he used to do in college that he played most of the time. That a lot of mismatches which he wants to turn to the NFL for the same thing. Obviously, he's learning more than one position on the receiver side. So with both of these guys, there's no doubt in my mind that both of them could be playing special teams, and they could be on the field for this roster as well. Both asked about Marquise Goodwin taking his 1 year off, opting out for the 2020 season, and both receivers pretty much said they respect his decision, but the competition is still there. The competition is going to rise a lot more with one guy not being there. In my opinion, there'll probably be two guys not being there because Alshon Jeffrey will probably be on the reserve pup list. There's no doubt about it. If both of these receivers do well, Alshon Jeffrey is not going to be worried about for another 6 to 8 weeks when the season does start. Hightower relates his game, and a player that he has admired in the NFL is wide receiver Stefon Diggs for his route running, catch ability. Kind of just asked a question about that. So as of for these two receivers, Hightower and Quez Watkins, there is so much ceiling with these two guys, okay? And you know what? I wanted these guys to get most of the reps, okay? Not just them two, but Greg Ward, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. We have too many young guys to put a veteran in front of right now. I thought we had too many receivers, but you never know to have too many receivers. But was Marquise Goodwin going to be on this roster? I have no idea. I have no idea at this point what was going to happen, but you got to throw these guys in the fire. You got to make them uncomfortable out of their comfort zone, and you have to just let them play, get better every day at training camp because there's no preseason. You're not going to have a normal development plan. Every team doesn't have an advantage this year because there's going to be a lot of players going through the waiver wire this year. A lot of teams are going to end up picking up other players that are going to be successful on other teams. And promise me that's going to happen a lot this year. Not anyone's fault, but no rookie minicamp, no preseason, and the training camp style they're doing now it's a very slow process, and they can go as slow as possible because they got no preseason. So obviously they're going to be in pads in probably another week, but both of these guys are hungry. I see hungry dogs with both of these players. And when they step on the field with Carson Wentz, it's probably going to be better. I want these guys to have their pads on. I want to see Carson throw some bombs to these guys or whatever. I'm very excited. I mean, you could have your next receiver group after this year. You could know your answers by this year. So you don't have to pay any wide receivers for a few years, to be honest with you. Deshaun Jackson's here for another, through 2021, and that's pretty much it. And then, you got Rieger on a new contract. You got Quez and Hightower on new contracts now. So we need to see what we have, and we need to see who's going to be legit, who's going to be a prized possession to keep for the future. I know Hightower has played kick return, has done punt return, has pretty much done it all. Quez has done the same thing as well. So they have special team capability, which if you don't make the active roster, your best bet is to play special teams to make your way onto the active roster. It's better than being on practice squad because when you're on practice squad, it is really hard to get playing time. I mean, as long as you're not the Eagles, and the Eagles have a lot of injuries the past since 2015, the Eagles have had a lot of injuries, and it's gotten worse and worse every year. So practice squad guys actually do get time to play, but on most rosters, they really don't get to play at all. When you're on practice squad, it is very hard to make the active roster, to be shown, to be looked at. And, you know, when other teams pick you up, you get your chance. I don't want the Eagles cutting either of these two guys. I really don't. I think this is going to be really important. I'm going to be zoning in on both of these receivers going into training camp. And if the Eagles show us some video of practice, hopefully they do a live stream of one practice, watching all these guys and just seeing what they're made of, it would be awesome. Hopefully they show some plays, some things that do happen. This is going to be good for a team that's over $50 million in cap space right now. You're not going to have to pay a lot of guys. You could let go of some people, but you're going to have it's going to be probably one of the top 5 youngest team in the league next year, and we're the 8th youngest as of right now, which is pretty good from what we used to be. So other than that, guys, let me know what you guys think about Quez Watkins, John Hightower. I know some of you guys a lot more of you guys are in on Quez Watkins. I'm a John Hightower fan as well. I love both of these guys equally, and I hope that both of them really become successful. I hope the Eagles don't sign anybody else or cut one of them and sign a veteran or something like that. I need these guys to be thrown to the fire. It's the only way they're going to learn. It's the only way they're going to get better. And make your draft picks worth something. There's too many draft picks that come through the Eagles and end up being, on another team being successful. And I hate when that happens. And this is the year where it's going to happen a lot because there's no preseason. It's very, it's not short time, but, when you're not playing against a team in another jersey, it's a different story playing against your own team because the players know each other. They know how they play. They know how they react. They know their steps. They just know them, internally. So let me know what you guys think about that. And I'll see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly, Owls, fly.